Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Lifestyle, wellness, and a damn good time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Hit it. You're listening to the Holistic Life Podcast, presented by Say What Radio.
What up? Welcome to the Holistic Life Podcast, where we have a damn good time talking about wellness and creating your healthy lifestyle.
Holla! We are your hosts, Jenny and Jay Holla.
And we're excited to build our listening Ohana beyond our Facebook Live shows as part of the
Say What
Radio Network family.
So when you hear us talking to people who really aren't there, it's because some of these episodes are pulled from those Facebook Lives that we do. But the message still resonates. Enjoy the show.
Hello, happy Saturday. Super excited to be here with you and everybody else, whether you're joining today or in the future watching the replay. Of course, let us know you're here. We would love to hear from you. Love to hear where you're listening from, where you're watching from. And of course, you're a part of our Ohana. So thank you.
Thank you.
So this is the Holistic Life Show. I'm Jenny.
I'm Jay.
And today we are talking about self-care and really getting into the importance of it and how it can help you speed up in life and why you may not be doing it or what really is the best self-care routine.
Yeah, all that.
All right, let's talk self-care. What qualifies as self-care?
I think a lot of stuff qualifies as self-care. Like, you're asking what qualifies or basically what I would define self-care as.
Your pick. It's our show. Talk about what you want. And of course, if you watching, let us know what you think and your questions, and we'll vibe with you.
Self-care is just basically taking that time out for you, like taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
It could be like working out. It could be numbers of things, like going and get a massage, just taking care of yourself, making sure that you're doing the things that are allowing you to decompress from all the other shit that goes on in the world for you to be the best you that you can be.
Which totally makes sense and it sounds great. I mean, does self-care always have to be in your life where it is every day at a certain time or spending all day at the spa or, you know what I'm saying? Does it have to be spending lots of money?
No,
pampering yourself?
I feel that falls under being pampered or being, like you said, pampering.
I still think it's self-care.
My opinion, you said every day. Every day, all day at the spa, it depends. Once again, that falls under what you need for you. If you feel that you need to spend all day at the spa, spend all day at the spa. I feel that's more of the pampering, but that's me.
Yeah. Yeah. And when it comes to self-care routines, I definitely intellectually believe in them, but sometimes I get so caught up in my goals, my dreams, my work, because I do borderline, walk the line on workaholic. Sometimes the day is over and I didn't do self-care. Or even maybe I'm doing things that are self-care and I'm not counting them as self-care. Who defines what self-care is?
You do.
What is the definition?
You define what self-care is. Like anything else, it's not a one size fits all. What may work for somebody else may not work for the next person. The retreat we were on, we had a full day in the spa. You loved it. It's not my thing. So, you were like, oh my God, this is relaxing. This is awesome. I'm like, I just want to get out of here.
Well, so the actual activity, when I think about what really is the best self-care routine, I think that the key aspects for it are when you're paying attention to your mood, your energy, your excitement and vivaciousness. I don't know if that's a word. It just feels like it should be if it's not. But if you're paying attention to those things in your life, your stress levels, your self-talk, possibly your negative self-talk, your confidence in yourself, all of that, I feel if your levels of those things are trending in a way that's not serving you, then maybe it's time to really ramp up your self-care routine. So what self-care routine is really the best fit? It's the things that are going to help you ground yourself, the things that are going to help you quiet down your mind, things that are going to help you rejuvenate, replug in, all of those things. I think anything that helps you do that is the best self-care routine.
So let's throw out some examples for you. Or what should you be doing?
I don't know if I want to go should, because I think sometimes when we say shoulds, it creates a stigma, right? Just like with our Next Levolution program. If you start telling people they should do something for their wellness, sometimes it creates like extra stress and pressure on the situation.
So, okay, what could you be doing for Jenny?
So what I could be doing and what I really like and what feels really good to me is when I wake up in the mornings and I write gratitude in my journal and I pull my oracle cards and I ask some questions and set some intentions for the day. I really like that. Some other things that I would love to do that I really haven't worked into my routine, but I know that would really help me is just sitting and listening to a guided meditation, especially throughout the day. Because I think that one thing with self-care is, if you're hunched over your computer all day and you don't move at all, and you're just like there, just pounding it out, part of the self-care is like getting up, right? And like walking around, and you could easily take a 5-10 minute break and just re-plug in. And even one of the things that I feel like would help me a lot is some kind of a night routine, doing some yoga or doing some reading or something. And I really just haven't found my flow yet. And I think that sometimes when we think about self-care, at least for me, sometimes I feel like it's got to be like perfect, or it's got to be a should. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. But really, it's like, what are the things that make you happy? What are the things that help you?
Like you said, that's going to ground you. That's going to decompress you from like. And I think if people want to admit it or not, I would think more people are A-types than there aren't A-types. It just shows up in different ways for different people. And it's like you said, that pressure of the should be doing, but like, yes, I should be taking care of myself, but I should be working as well.
Well, or do I even have time to take care of myself? Because I need to take care of all these other people and all these other things first, because that's a priority.
No.
I'm not saying
I know.
right.
No, I'm saying
that's
I'm
the
saying
mindset behind it.
I disagree, because
Yes,
the premise of that is these other people are a priority, but you're not taking care of yourself. So if something happens to you, are you expecting these other people to take care of you because that's what you did for them? Because if you're just like a really kind-hearted individual, yes, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't think the way that we do, because we go out of our way to do things for other people, kind of expecting them to do the same for us. Like I took care of you when I put myself on the back burner. Now I'm down and out, and why won't you take care of me? It starts that type of stigma too. But I totally disagree with that. Like everybody else is a priority. No, because if you...
Now we're getting into like kids and family and,
but still,
and your job.
But still.
But those things, I guarantee there's someone watching who feels that their family, their kids, their job.
But still, the point is, yes, they are important. They're not more important, because if you're sick, if something happens to you, then what happens to your family, your kids, your job? Guarantee if you miss too many days of work, they're going to fire you and replace you. Then what? So the saying says, man, charity starts at home. You got to take care of you. Yeah. Because if you can't take care of you, how do you expect to take care of anyone else? And that's not only with self-care. That's like, well, actually it is. It ties into everything else I'm getting ready to say. Like not just being sick, but being in a situation or a relationship where the other individual is like physically abusive or emotionally abusive or verbally abusive, but you're choosing to stay for whatever reason. Still, this person needs me or whatever. It's just a bad, but like if something happens to you, then what? But we want to put other people ahead of us, and we feel that self-care, I feel,
and it shouldn't,
I feel that a lot of people feel that, yes, self-care is a luxury. Like
it's not. It's not just about going to the salon or the
falls
spa.
under that pampering thing. Like, oh, I can't go get a massage because I'm pampering myself, and it starts that guilty thing. Or no, I shouldn't go get my nails done or whatever because that's being pampered. That's excess money that could be done X, Y, and Z. It doesn't have to be stuff like that. Now, if that's your thing, if that's what's going to ground you, I feel you should find a way to reallocate funds to support that, if that's going to help you maintain a wealthy lifestyle. Yoga, if it's yoga, if it's even just getting up from your computer and like walking around outside or doing something, all that is self-care. Sometimes we think it has to be these big things. I got to do this. And it really doesn't. Like one of my things.
I have to sit in a bubble bath. And for some people, that might be a big deal.
Right.
And for other people, it's just an easy second nature thing.
I love it.
It's easy for you. You don't think twice about drawing a bath
not at all.
for yourself. Like for me, I would love to sit in a bath, but I'm kind of like, da, 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 da. Like if someone says, oh, you have to take baths for your self-care. Well, like says who? It's like, do what's on your terms.
Right. Like for me, shaving, like that's my jam, man. It's like meditation all at once. It's because for one, you can't rush through shaving. I mean, you can, but it's possible. But it's like one of those things you can't really rush through, or you could danger yourself. So you kind of have to take that time. And I've got to the point where like I can't really rush through this. So it's like taking time to do this. And while I'm giving myself time to do this, it gives me time to ground myself. It gives me time to kind of think about the things I want to take care of in the day, because I'm totally guilty of getting up, grabbing my phone, hopping on social media the first thing in the morning to check on everybody else's life instead of grounding myself, my energy and my power for that day. So for shaving for me is one of those things. And I look really good on the do it.
You know, you do. You made me just think of, and Tony Robbins, I believe, is the first one who taught this, but many other teachers have talked about the hour of power, right? Where that first hour in the morning is the most sacred for you. And so being very intentional about how you spend that time. So if you don't normally eat breakfast because you're too busy to eat breakfast, guess what? That goes in that hour of power.
Right.
If it's a matter of doing 15 minutes of exercise in whatever form of movement that works for you,
right,
that goes in that hour of power. If it's meditating, if it's gratitude journal, if it's walking outside, if it's reading a book, if it's shaving or whatever it is, goes into that hour of power. And actually that sounds so amazing. Like even, do you guys ever just like think like just you crave, do you ever crave like that just peace and that grounded and that feeling? Do you ever crave that? Do you ever crave the silence? Do you ever crave just what it would be like to just be? I do. I crave that. But sometimes I'm too busy to step into it. I feel like it's an extra thing to do that's going to take me away from all the other things I have to get done for the day. So it is a reprogramming, a rewiring, reframing of the situation, of your day, of your life, because one of the things that has been happening a lot to me lately, a lot more, is like a lot more stress and anxiety about things where I'm having extreme highs and extreme lows. And it's been different, something that I'm not used to. And I'm really looking for different ways to cope with it. But sometimes I don't do these self-care things that would really help me. And so I'm looking into, okay, is there a mental health coach or a therapist or whatever that would be able to help me through it? And I guarantee the therapist is going to say, you need to meditate. Maybe they won't say need, but they're going to be like, hey, meditate and do these different things. But sometimes that's what it takes. Because if you're not getting the results in your life on your own, you have to be willing to look for that help.
I think, too, for some people, the therapist thing is kind of taboo because it's like, oh, I'm going to a therapist, there's something wrong with you, which isn't the case, which totally is not the case.
But it's just another like outside source that can help hold you accountable, help you reframe some things, maybe help you realize, hey, it's okay that I do this, or it's okay that I do that. And if you think about it, when we're talking about self-care, a lot of the things that I would be looking for a mental health coach or a therapist to help me out with is the exact same things. It's very parallel to what we're creating with the Next Evolution program. Because it's the same things when it comes to like your wellness, right? You're frustrated because you feel like, oh my God, I should have ate salad 18 times this week. And, you know, I'm so mad at myself and I really need to get better about this. And it's a lot of like beating up of yourself. But the conversation is about food or it's about how you look.
Right.
And so it's very similar. And it's like intellectually, you know what to do, just like with self-care. And our program is a form of self-care, right? It still feeds into that. It's just like, what conversation do you need to have with an outside coach, an outside support, an outside whatever to help you get over that hump? And it's okay if you need help, because how many years do you want to continue to cycle through the same thing? I've been cycling through the same mental crap over and over and over. I keep cycling. I'm high, I'm low, I'm telling the same story over and over. And it's like, man, if I want to get through this, I'm going to have to look for outside help.
That saying too, like if you want to
therapy is a form of self-care. Jeez.
Go to a different level, you know what I'm saying? You got to do different things.
Yeah.
You can't expect a different result if you keep on doing the same things you've been doing. Like you're going to stay where you are. So like, yes, intellectually we connect with it. We understand it. We say, oh, that's easy. Or if it's easy, why aren't we doing it?
There's lots of reasons, right?
Oh yeah, plenty.
And that's part of the process. I think that when I start working with this therapist, mental health counselor, it's going to help me. Now, will it be a one session thing where my whole life is going to change?
Of course not.
No, it's going to take time. It's going to take time working with this person and also finding the right person.
And being open to that.
Yeah.
You know, and not going in with the stigma of whatever the stigma is, but being open to and being like, I'm going to go in and listen. Because sometimes certain situations we walk in with our guard already up.
Mm-hmm.
Like
my guard's going to be up a little bit. I'm going to do my best to just being honest.
I'm not saying anything. It's just, you know, you can't be too guarded. Yes, I understand being guarded. You can't be too guarded. It's like walking through the mall, the people at the kiosk. Hey, free gift. Nope. No. Beeline. You know? So it's one of those things. Some certain situations, we walk in with these stigmas, depending on the situation. We already have our mind made up, and we're not open to the possibilities of what could be.
And I think, too, part of it is being open to receiving the good and the joy and the change in your life. Because sometimes where we're at that is so uncomfortably comfortable, like we are so uncomfortable in this comfortable place that we're at in our life. So it can be a little bit challenging to change, but the best self-care routine is the one that helps you lift your life up.
Yep.
The one that helps take you to the next level, the one that helps ground you, the one that helps you feel amazing and delicious and fabulous, the one that helps support you, the one that helps tone down your stress levels.
I always say it's what's the best X, Y, and Z. There's no best. It's about what's best for you.
Everybody's different.
What's best for you. Like, I know what's best for me, but what's best for me may not be what's best for you.
Right, and you can try what's best for Jay or me or whoever else it is that you follow.
Right.
But then from there, you try it and you tweak it.
Yep.
You try it and you tweak it and you find the variation that works for you. And maybe it's the exact same thing. Woohoo. Maybe it's not. Woohoo. Like, it doesn't matter. It's what's going to be best for you.
It's all feedback. That's all it is. It's all feedback.
Yes.
We have to be like, we should be so closed off to feedback because feedback is what's going to make us better.
Mm-hmm.
So
tweak us.
That's what it's about. Its whole life is about growing, changing, being better than you were. I don't want to look back and be like, oh, at 25, this is a lot of shit I didn't know at 25.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't want to stay the person I was at 25, like going into 40, 50, 60. I still don't want to be that 25-year-old because that 25-year-old didn't know a lot of things that I know now. I feel that's what life is. Like every year you get older. There's 365 days in your year. In those 365 days, you should learn something that made you better than the previous 365 days.
And it's like being gentle with yourself in that process. Because sometimes we expect such a big change or such a big difference when really there were really a lot of small wins along the way. Subtle things that you grew piece by piece. And I think all of this, all the mindset, all of the journey, all of the wellness, all of it ties into self-care. All of it at the core. Every single thing that we do in our life ties into self-care. Please share with us, like, what are some of the things you do for self-care? Where are you caught up? Where are things difficult or challenging for you?
Or are you just like stuck, like, I don't even know what self-care is? Like, where do I begin? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Or if you don't want to, if you don't want to put it, message us. We're not going to put your business out the street unless we're really, really cool. We know that you don't mind your business being out the street.
Whoa. Yeah. So also too, you know, if some of this was touching your heart and you were feeling really inspired and connected to it, especially when it comes to your wellness journey for your health and you changing some of those habits, you definitely want to get on the wait list for Next Evolution, because we are starting this program in January. We're already starting to have conversations and build the group and build the big group who's going to start and change their life. So where you go for that is www.2jholla, number 2, jholla.com/NL waitlist.
And it's also the number 2,
Yes.
the letter J, not Jai, Holla.
Yes. So that's one way that you can definitely get in touch. We can talk, we can have a private chat and see like if what we're doing is a good fit for you. And if it's not, it's okay. We'll help point you in a direction that will serve you best. All right, guys. Well, see you soon. See you in a few days for the next show of The Holistic Life. Make sure you like, share, and comment.
If you want to get the updates, man, you got to join
The insider list.
Yeah, the insider list.
Yeah, if you want to know when the shows are, join the insider list. We'll just post the links in the chat. It'll probably be easier to do.
That's fine.
All right, guys. Well, happy Saturday. I know y'all are having a wonderful weekend. See you soon. Bye.
You can subscribe to the Holistic Life podcast from your favorite streaming platform. And don't forget to check out 2jholla.com to stay in the know as an official 2JH insider. Mahalo for tuning in. And until next time, that's our show.